Over the past 15 years, I have investigated grand corruption worldwide, from arms dealers to money launderers. This is a concerning message to the victims of Grenfell and those expecting government regulation of the construction industry. It's not just Starmer. While there may not be a direct link, it raises questions about the party being influenced by gratuities. Mainstream media often overlooks these stories due to a lack of distance between the political class and the media, resulting in a failure to hold politicians accountable. And if he becomes prime minister, will they represent ordinary people or the billionaire donor class and corporations?
Change is possible.
Keir Starmer claims he has transformed the Labour Party talk, but nothing could be further from the truth. Since becoming leader, he has allowed the party to be captured by corporate interests. Over the past 15 years, I have investigated grand corruption worldwide, from arms dealers to money launderers. Starmer has personally accepted nearly $43,000 in gratuities, including football tickets, luxury hotel stays, and holiday trips, which is more than all Labour leaders since Tony Blair combined. By contrast, Jeremy Corbyn accepted a single corporate gratuity tickets to Glastonbury, where he spoke. Some of Starmer's benefactors raise serious questions. For instance, he accepted $3,000 worth of race tickets from the Arena Racing Company, a major player in the UK gambling industry, which is lobbying against regulations to help problem gamblers. Gambling addiction ruins lives, and it is alarming that Starmer accepted money from an industry he might have to regulate as prime minister. This acceptance of gifts from the gambling industry is particularly troubling given the increasing awareness of the social harm caused by gambling addiction, which often devastates families and communities. This is a concerning message to the victims of Grenfell and those expecting government regulation of the construction industry. The acceptance of gifts from Milano is particularly egregious, as it appears to disregard the safety concerns that arose from the Grenfell Tower fire, which highlighted the dire consequences of substandard building practices and inadequate regulation. Under Starmer, Labour has adopted a problematic approach to business, accepting cash for access. In February, the party hosted an event at the Oval Cricket Ground, where business people could pay $1,000 for a ticket to meet Starmer and Rachel Reeves. Reeves confirmed Labour would not raise the corporation tax above the current 25% rate, breaking Starmer's 2020 pledge to reverse the cuts. For big businesses, $1,000 is pocket change for access to labor leaders, which helps them avoid billions in taxes that could transform society for the better. This shift in Labour's stance on corporation tax represents a significant departure from the party's traditional commitment to social justice and wealth redistribution. By prioritizing the interests of big businesses, Starmer's Labour appears to be moving away from policies that would address economic inequality and fund public services. It's not just Starmer. Many shadow cabinet members accept large donations from corporations or individuals connected to private healthcare and finance. For example, Wes Streeting, Shadow Health Secretary, has accepted $175,000 from private healthcare interests, raising concerns about NHS privatization. Jonathan Reynolds, Shadow Business Secretary, accepted $3,000 worth of Glastonbury tickets from YouTube, owned by Google. Shortly after, Labour dropped its policy to introduce a 10% digital services tax on Google. While there may not be a direct link, it raises questions about the party being influenced by gratuities. The acceptance of donations from private healthcare interests by key Labour figures like Wes Streeting is particularly alarming, as it could signal a shift towards the privatization of the NHS, a move that would be deeply unpopular among the British public who value their publicly funded healthcare system. One of the most concerning aspects of Starmer's Labour is the revolving door between corporate lobbying firms and the party. By the end of 2023, Labour had selected 20 MP candidates who are current or former corporate lobbyists, blurring the line between the party and the lobbying industry. Mainstream media often overlooks these stories due to a lack of distance between the political class and the media, resulting in a failure to hold politicians accountable. In most corruption cases I've investigated, gratuities were the entry point for deeper corruption. The close relationship between the media and political elites means that critical stories about corporate influence and political corruption are often underreported, depriving the public of the information needed to hold their leaders accountable. It's vital to shine a light on these murky practices and hold Starmer and Labour accountable now, and if he becomes Prime Minister. Will they represent ordinary people or the billionaire donor class and corporations? The future of the Labour Party and its ability to truly serve the interests of the working people depends on addressing these issues and ensuring that corporate influence does not compromise its principles and policies.
Change is possible. Most of all, they need to be convinced to vote for it.